they may not always work. Sometimes we get into deals and we don't make money, but that money coming off of, you take your first nickel off of every dollar before anyone else gets it. And that's how you're going to keep a nice lifestyle in this business.
Share with us the top 3 wealth secrets you have learned. So you've been in this business for so long. If you had to narrow it down to 1 or 2, it could be 3, but even just 1 or 2, what are the top 1, 2, or 3 wealth secrets you have learned?
Okay. And one of them is going to be like things not to do. So the first thing is understand the power of the cap rate. Multifamily investing is unique to all other types of investing because we have what I call the power of the cap rate. And that cap rate is what makes millionaires. And when you understand how that cap rate works and how it makes millionaires, you will understand multifamily. And that's why you see, I don't know if you've heard the, Than Merrill and the Fortune Builders are out there on everyone's podcast, on everyone's, iHeartRadio. They're always advertising about, hey, we're coming to your town to teach you how to, fix and flip houses so that you can build wealth and have lasting income through income producing property. I thought to myself, Than, what the heck are you doing? You're out there telling people how to flip homes. But you know that the ultimate goal is cash flowing property because that's where the millionaires are made. Millionaires are not made from the single family fix and flip side. They're made by holding the assets. And it's all about the power of the cap rate. And that is I teach that. I was down in Orlando. I spoke at MREX conference. And they said, hey, can you come down and speak for 45 minutes? I said, sure, I'll do it. And they said, what's your topic? I said, power of the cap rate. And when I was done, you should see people get it. And like, wow, I have to be in multifamily because no other business has the power of the cap rate. So that's the number one thing is understanding that about multifamily. The second thing is, and this is something I cannot stress enough, bad partnerships, stay away from them. Just don't do it. Here's what I do in my program. And I did this, I just rolled this out. I did this because I saw so many new investors going down that path. And folks, the reason why I'm an expert on this is because I have violated many of these rules already. So I'm teaching you from experience of what not to do. So what my students do is that, I'll hear, they'll come to me and they say, hey, I went to this guru's program on how to find private money. And I met 400 other partners. And this one guy and I really hit it off. And we want to start a partnership to go out and do these things. And I realized they haven't even asked the most basic questions of why they need to be in a partnership. Why is this guy the right guy? So what I did is in my program, when you sign on into your membership site, you have every product I've ever created is there. I've got over 20 different products. My newest product is a Memorandum of Understanding product, where the students go on, they click on the program, they book a time with me, a half an hour time, and then when they book that time, they then complete a questionnaire that basically says who's party A, who's party B, what are they bringing to the table, what conversations have you had so far? They map out exactly what they want this agreement or partnership to look like, and then they send it to me. Then we have a coaching call on this particular document where I go through it and I ask them the tough questions. And, it's tough love because it's got to be tough love today because it's going to be tough love tomorrow. That's for sure.
It's like pre-engagement counseling, Charlie. You're saying, hey, you're about to get married in this business relationship. Before you get married, it's not even pre-marriage counseling. It's pre-engagement before you even get into getting engaged to do this deal that you're going to do.
It's pre-engagement. Yeah. It's pre-engagement where all we're talking about is the divorce. Yeah. Because it's like, we know it's going to happen. Like, let's see if we even should be in this relationship together. That's the first thing. And so once we get it all figured out, Then I draft a memorandum of understanding, and both parties get it. They sign off on it, and they know what they're into it for.
I think that's wonderful. I think you could monetize that just to about every business professional, not just folks who are in your multifamily investing academy. You know, that someone like who has your background and your experience, that seems invaluable to have. Just a little plug there. That for those who are listening, think about that. Call Charlie. Maybe he'll make an exception. You'll pay him a little bit more.
Yep. Yeah. No, I agree with you. That's I've always thought about, like, how can I get this out to everybody else? I really just want to focus on multifamily. I mean, but this, like you said, this MOU is really what everybody needs. Whenever you're in a situation like that, put it in writing. Put it in writing, because you'll be amazed at how short everyone's memory gets at the closing table. So put it in writing. Now, the MOU is not a binding document. We can make it binding, but it's a stepping stone to the next document. And, it gets, you get to find out whether you're ever even going to get to that next document.
Excellent.
So
what's the last one? The third secret. Do you have a third one for us?
Oh, no, you said two, maybe three. You didn't. You kind of gave me a wishy-washy on the third one. Okay,
well, those first two were so good, Charlie. Okay. I just, leaving our listeners hanging here if you don't have a third.
Oh, dang you. Dang you, Brett. Dang you. Okay. Power of the cap rate. Okay. Here's another one. Thing I like about multifamily investing is that it has 5 ways to make money. There are 5 ways that you earn income in multifamily, and no other business is like that. When I do my speech, I always compare it to a Subway franchise. Like, how do you make money in a Subway franchise? You gotta sell a sub for more than what you can make it for. That's the only way you make money in a Subway franchise. In multifamily, you've got the cash flow or the profit, which doesn't happen every month. We all know that. There's the forced appreciation, which is what we call when we drive the NOI. That's the power of the cap rate. Those first 2 things help to make the millionaires. You've got forced appreciation, the mortgage pay down, where you've got 100 people in your units paying off your bank a little bit every single month. That's why I don't like interest-only loans. If you got 100 people writing you checks, you might as well have them pay off your notes. Then you've got the acquisition fee, which is, if you're syndicating the deal, you can build in a little vig for yourself, because it takes a lot of work to put a deal together. You should be compensated for it. And then the 5th one, which is my favorite because it's consistent, is the property management fee. Now, you hear a lot of these gurus out there saying, outsource your property management, have some third party do it. Listen, all the successful owner operators that I've trained, that I work with, they are all owner operators of their property management company, and they keep that 5%. And as you build your portfolio, as you build your net worth, you're going to keep that money, because that money is what's going to allow you to quit your job. It's going to allow you to pay your mortgage, pay your kids' tuitions, live nicely, because all those other 4 or 5 different, those other 3 or 4 different ways to make money, they may not always work. Sometimes we get into deals, we don't make money, but that money coming off of, you take your first nickel off of every dollar before anyone else gets it. And that's how you're going to keep a nice lifestyle in this business. Well, so that's it. And no other, compare that to a Subway franchise. No, a Subway franchise, you don't make money that way.
Charlie, those are three powerful wealth secrets, and I appreciate you sharing.